First ever playthrough of Dragon Age. First ever Dragon Age game. Um, I have no experience with the previous Dragon Age games, any of it. I know the stories of the first two games, thankfully. I watched a bunch of walkthroughs and recaps of the first two games. So I do know the general gist of the world, but all of the gameplay and all that stuff is going to be completely new to me, so let's just go ahead and jump in. Okay, the building just exploded. That was... wow, okay.
Yeah, you weren't expecting the temple to go boom, were you?
It's just... everything was so calm, and then immediate explosion. So we're gonna do female. Oh, oh.
You can even be Quinari.
Human, elf, dwarf. Ooh, Quinari. Ooh. Well, while I was watching walkthroughs of the first game, Sten was my favorite character, so I might just have to go Quinari. I like the look of the elves, though. Humans are the most numerous and powerful race in Zetas. They are also the most divided politically and seem to thirst for conflicts. Yeah, you got that right. Human characters receive a bonus ability point at the start of the game. Elves are historically oppressed, distinguishable by their lithe frames and pointed ears, though most survive by the poor fringes of human cities. Others live as nomads as the Dalish. Yep. Short, stocky, spend their entire lives underground. Yeah, I'm gonna go Quinari. Let's see. Rogue, Archer, Warrior. I don't know. Do I want to go dual wield, Archer? I'm not really sure. What do you think, Al?
What now?
For character class, do you think I should go dual wield rogue, archer rogue, two-handed warrior, weapon and shield warrior, or mage?
Archer. Go
Archer? Fighters who rely on speed and agility rather than heavy armor using skill. You think that would work with my my Quinari character race? Al? Do you think an archer would work well with the Quinari character race?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see. Rogues. Frontline combatant. Are mages... are mages viable, or are they too hard to use?
Quinari Mage, they're not hard to use, but, you will, like with most mages, especially with the Quinari, you'll encounter a lot of backlash from people.
Right, because mages are, like, historically, oppressed because of the whole, like, Darkspawn thing, right?
Not really oppressed, but all it takes is someone with the power and the negative emotions to make everything go to shit. I mean, look what happened with Anders.
Right. I'm not sure. I feel like going mage would probably be kind of interesting, though, from a narrative perspective.
Like I said, I went with Mage in both 2 and Inquisition, and I sided with the Templars. Just because threw everyone for a loop, and just because it was that interesting.
I'm gonna go mage. Let's see. Now here comes the moment of truth. What difficulty do I want to play on? Well, considering that I have no experience with the Dragon Age games,
Newbie level.
newbie, yeah, I kind of want to go normal, but At the same time, I don't have any experience with Dragon Age's combat, so
It
yeah.
falls numerous times, like Randy Marsh.
New to role playing. Well, I'm not new to role playing, but I mean, I've played all the Mass Effect games, but those are from
Different beasts.
yeah, very different. I'm gonna go casual. Okay. Character summary. Followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Quinn, the Chronari appeared like a tidal wave to the north of Thetis. Oh, okay. I should be doing this in my narrator voice. Hold on. Followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Quinn, the Quinari appeared like a tidal wave to the north of Thetis 300 years ago. You are Tal Vashoth, a Qunari who has rejected the Quinn and never even lived in the Qunari lands. You have earned a place within the Valokas mercenary company as its mage, possessing abilities that would have made you a pet slave amongst your own people. Ignoring the fearful looks you receive from those around you, most recently the company was sent to the Chantry Conclave, hired swords meant to keep the peace, a task that has gone horribly wrong. Interesting. Do I get to customize my character's name, or is it just like a preset name?
You can name your character like with Inquisitor Trevelyan. Trevelyan is something that is preset when you're human. You can't change it. Pardon me.
My goodness.
But,
Nearly blew out my ears with that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
but you can select. But you can name make your first name anything. It's just a last name that's going to be remade.
Okay. The character records allow you to manage your party's abilities, attributes, and tactical behavior. Cool.
Like, I named my. There was one time I named a mage of mine Gilman Ostrich Trevelyan.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Yep, the building just frickin' exploded, so... Yiketh. Yikeseth. Ooh, is that me? Hello. Oh, yeah, here we go. Customize my head. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. I like this one. General. Face shape. Hmm. I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah. I like that one. Face shape. Hmm. Yeah, I like that one. Complexion. Hmm. That one seems good. Eye color. I want to make my eyes look cool. Let me see. Where are the weird eye colors? Yeah, that one's cool. Horns, yes. I want to modify my horns. That's kind of cool. I still want horns, I just... Mm. 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 That's rough. That's rough. It's hard to choose. Ooh, I like those. Those are cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those. Let's see. Hair color. Hmm. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Let's see. I want to go with something darker, but... no. Maybe... no, not red. Let's see what's over here. White, no, no. Gray? Maybe gray. Dark gray? Dark... that one? Was that just the one I was on? Basic? The basic one? Okay, we'll go with that one.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
Ooh, I like that one.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
I like the deep one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Let's see, skin tone. Maybe modify the skin tone a little bit more. I think that one's fine. Face shape. Yeah, I think we're good with that. Maybe modify the complexion a little bit more.
I just hope I can help.
Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. Ears. I don't think I need to modify any of this. I mean, wow, that's like full-on sculpting shit. Yeah, I think I'm good. The ears are fine. Eyes. Her eyes are good. Yeah. Nose. Nose shape. Okay. Let's do this one. Jeez. They really went all in with the character creator on this one, didn't they? Holy crap. That one's good. Mouth shape. Let's see. Ooh. Kissy lips. Kissy, kissy. No, we're not doing those. Ooh, I like that one. That one's good. Scars? Yeah, let's do some scars. Why not? Women with scars are hot. Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Can you imagine if Mass Effect Andromeda had actually managed to, like, be kind of good? Because the Frostbite engine is, like, it's not that hard to make good games with it. And I mean, I know at the time BioWare was new to using it, and they were more used to using, like, the Unreal Engine, but I mean, this game proves that... I mean, this game's pretty good, right? So, it is possible to make good games with Frostbite, but I guess they were just not as used to using it. Hmm. 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 I think that one should be good. Yeah, that's fine. Makeup. Eyeshadow. Let's do something that complements her eyes. Right there. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Blush color. Let's do... Go up to the red. And let's do that right there. Perfect. Lip color. Let's go green again. And up. No, not neon green. Do there. Right there. Okay. Alright. I think finally done. After 7 minutes. Alright. Name my character. Yeah, here we go. Rename. Let's see. Her name is Minerva. Minerva. There we go.
But yeah, in Origin, Romance, Orga, Morg, Orgiana, 2 it was Meryl, and while it doesn't say it, or as a choice on Tapestry, I romanced my diplomatic advisor, so to speak.
Oh god, spiders. No, not spiders. No. Oh no. No, I hate spiders.
Oh, trust me, you're going to have to fight an even bigger spider later on.
Oh, great.
With eyes all over its body.
Gross. I hate spiders.
So does everyone in Thetis.
That's a breath of fresh stimulating air, or should I say a breath of fresh urticating hair? Hold on, I'm trying to get my portable charger to work. Come on. Do it. Oh boy.
Just let me know if you need a kick in the balls.
No, I think I'm good. Oh Jesus, what the hell's going on? Being held at sword point is not fun. Good morning. Rise and shining. Who the fuck?
Be diplomatic.
Hmm.
I know it's hard, but be.
Tell me
the
why we
diplomat.
shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Can I... where do I want to turn the subtitles on. How do I turn the... Shit, I forgot to turn on the subtitles. Fuck. Okay, everyone's dead except for me. That's horrible. You think I did it. Remain silent.
That's horrible. Because remember, you just woke up and now they're accusing you of mass murder.
Right. Right. Okay.
What do you mean everyone's dead?
Explain this.
I... can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
Oh, so this is not... Okay, so this has the same, like, the Andromeda thing, where each thing connects to a mood instead of the Paragon Renegade neutral thing, right? Okay. Some dialogue gives you opportunity to respond emotionally. Special icons, so tear, fist, swirly head, and the mountain from Game of Thrones. Let's see, I'm confused, let me go. All those people. I'm gonna try and appeal to their emotions.
I can't believe it. All those people. Dead.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
Oh, that's Liliana. Oh. Okay.
What
I didn't
did
recognize her.
It
That's cool.
will be easier to show you.
Oh, Jesus. It's a sky beam.
Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world.
Oh, Jesus.
Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Oh, yeah. Investigate.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try and get as much dialogue as I possibly can.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone
Also,
is,
a little bit of a
and
heads
you are our
up,
only suspect. You wish
Helen
to prove
is
your
not
innocence?
great at cards.
This is the only way.
Does that mean I can cheat him out of money later?
Oh, no, but, he does lose to Varric. Well, pretty much everything in one scene.
Cool.
Like, for example, when I say he loses everything, that also includes, the clothes on his back.
Cool. So, why did they have why were they having a conclave again? Was it some kind of, like, meeting about the Darkspawn?
No, it's not a meeting about the Darkspawn. It's because after Anders destroyed the Chantry, it incited a mage rebellion. And the Templars and mages are not listening to reason.
Okay. That makes sense. Frickin' Anders. Alright, you wish to prove your innocence. This is the only way. Okay.
I understand.
Then
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
Okay, so what would you prefer? Having to fight giant spiders or xenomorphs?
they have decided.
Neither.
The people
have
of
to choose
Haven
one.
mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The
I
conclave
will
was
go ahead and
hers.
say you do have.
It was a
are
chance
not
for
limited
peace
to
between
your
mages and
fists.
Templars.
You will have weapons and various.
She
equipment.
brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Okay. Yep. I know how to move, and I know how to control the camera. Let me just go ahead and... Options. Gameplay. Friendly fire. Whether or not it's possible for the Inquisitor's party to injure its own members in No. Persistent gore? Yeah, turn that on. Hell fucking yeah. Trials. Interface. Yeah, where's the frickin' audio? Where is the yes, subtitles. Conversations only, conversations and ambient. Let's do conversations only. Yes. Okay. Codex. Yes, let's go to the codex. I want to read all of it. Okay. Characters. Adar, what? The Canari in Par Volin live under the Quinn, a religious and philosophical doctrine dictating every aspect of their society. Oh, okay. The Minerva Adar's parents left that restrictive life before she was born, settling in the free marshes and raising their child outside the Quinn. Quinari brought up outside their society are still feared, shunned, or misunderstood by most people in the South. The average citizen of Orlais or Ferelden assumes they are cold-blooded thralls or vicious bandits. Huh, interesting. And Minerva manifested a gift for magic. Her parents arranged for a mage among the Tal Vishoth to teach her how to control her talents. She joined the Volokas... God, so many weird fantasy terms. A mercenary company as a young adult, making a name for herself over the years as a capable and powerful mage. Minerva was hired to provide protection at the Conclave as a neutral party to stand between the Templars and human mages after the disastrous explosion at the Temple of Sacred Ashes that killed the Divine. Adar was the only survivor. Rumors that the mysterious mark on her hand as a sign of the Maker's favor were spread by those who claimed that she saw the divine prophet Andraste herself leading Adar out of the Fade. Cassandra, Divine Justinia V. Cassandra Pentagrast, Divine Justinia V, formerly the Reverend Mother Dorothea of Orleans. Divine Justinia V rose to power after the death of Divine Beatrix III in the year 934 of the Dragon Age. Aha! Roll credits. Little is known of Dorothea's background before she joined the Chantry as an initiate, but she proved to be a liberal and daring thinker willing to take a former bard and a lay sister, Liliana, as a close advisor, a headstrong devotion to her own agenda, and rumored support of the Mage Rebellion earned her no small dislike from the powerful priests long used to controlling access to the divine. His race. Okay. Groups. The Canary. Yep. History. The Conclave. Magic. Breach. Tutorials. Okay. New save. Yep. Okay.
It all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Oh, well, the game runs pretty well.
We are heading into the valley.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. It really is a skybeam. My goodness.
You feel uncomfortable looking at it, don't you?
What, the rift thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pulses are coming faster now.
Oh. I like Cassandra so far. She's
Larger
pretty
the
cool.
breach grows, the more rifts appear,
Funnily
the
enough,
more
you
demons
get
we face.
introduced to her for the first
Did
time
I
in two.
survive the blast?
Really?
They said you
Yes.
stepped out of a rift,
Fool's
then
Very,
fell unconscious.
who you're
say-
probably going to be running into very soon.
Hmm. Well, I know about Varric. I've seen him before. Let's see. Account. Audio. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on subtitles for everything. Conversation and ambient. Yes.
Ambiance.
Woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste.
And there goes the bridge. Is it possible to change the position of the subtitles? Because it's kind of weird to have them on the top of the screen.
Stay behind me!
Really? As far as I know, you can't. Then I honestly, I actually don't.
I really like it more when they're on the bottom of the screen, so...
This is gonna sound weird. It's the same case with it's more the case with most games. For some odd reason, the top, the footnotes at the top for some odd reason.
I know that it's been like that since the first game, but it just feels
Drop your
weird
weapon. Now!
for me, because I'm more used to the subtitles being at the bottom because that's how it's been for... I mean, even in the other BioWare games, when I played Mass Effect, all of the dialogue and subtitles were at the bottom of the screen. But I guess it's just a Dragon Age thing. Drop your weapon. Drop my weapon now. I need this to fight the...
Just drop your weapon. Trust me, you won't really, but,
Alright, fine, I'll disarm.
All right. Have it your way.
Wait. You don't need a staff, but you should have one. I cannot protect you.
Liliana was in the, she was one of the companions in the first game, right?
To come willingly.
yes. And she will be your spy master in Inquisition.
Cool. Is Shale in this game?
Shale,
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Seen much of Shale ever since Origin.
So he doesn't really appear in any of the games past the first one?
As far as I know.
Oh, that sucks. I kind of liked him.
Roll your soldiers.
At the forward camp for fighting. We are on our own for now.
Yeah. I feel bad for looting corpses, but at the same time, shit, dude, I need stuff, so... Yeah. Sorry.
The things you're looting are demons, so don't feel bad.
Are you sure? Because I just found a random corpse on the side of the road, so...
Oh, random corpses. Meh.
I mean, it's not like they need that stuff anymore, so... You know...
Don't think too far into it.
Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require time to pass before reuse. Okay.
There! Watch out!
Oh, there's the lock-on
If we
button.
flank them, we may gain the advantage.
There we go. Is there like a strafe ability in this game, or... I just have to move away when they get too close?
Good luck with that, but here's what I recommend. 2 warriors, or 1 good warrior, archer, and a mage.
What's the, what's in this game? Is it Mass Effect style, like 3 people per party, or is it 4 people per party?
For Mass Effect, it's you and 2 other squad mates. Dragon Age, it's you and 3 others.
Oh, so I get a party of 4 in this game.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool, that's cool. Because I remember watching some people playing, Origins, and I saw that there was the Warden and 3 companions, so that's cool. I always wished that I could have, more than 2 squad mates with me at a time, because I would be playing Mass Effect 2, and I'd be like, I want to bring Legion and Thane with me, but at the same time, I don't want to leave Kasumi and Zaid behind. You know?
Also, Team Mako and Hammerhead.
Oh, I loved that. The entire Citadel DLC was just so good.
Up on the hill. It's attacked from a distance.
Well, you do kind of have that general vibe about your talking, so...
I sound much better than that.
Commander, we are currently trapped. Why are you not more upset about this situation?
Full-blown comedy DLC.
Oh god, I should have grabbed some water before I started. Oh, my throat's already so dry.
Ah! They're falling from the breach!
Oh, I like the combat so far.
Yeah, you can just look at an enemy and hold down the offensive button.
I was worried because the when I was watching gameplay of the first two games, the gameplay looked kind of clunky. But I just chalked that up to the fact that they came out like what 12 years ago.
2009, I believe 2012.
But hey, how dare you get that close to me? Didn't the first game come out in 2009? Yeesh.
It basically came out when we were both still in middle school.
I'm not old, you're old. I don't feel old at all. Oh, God. 2009, yeah, that was what? 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago?
We're getting close to the rift.
Oh, God.
Who's fighting? You'll see soon. We must help them.
Oh, God. That looks cool. I have a feeling it's not, though. Should I play it? Is it good? Hey! It's the boy! Varric! I know you. I've seen you before.
What did you do?
How you doing, Varric?
The credit is yours.
Oh, an Egg Boy. I've Seen Egg Boy before, too. Immediately don't trust you. Oh, boy. What's your opinion on Solus? Is he... yay or nay? Is he a good guy?
That is a complicated answer, I will say.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I have seen some stuff for Dragon Age 4, and I know that Solus is at the center of the story in that game, so I'm a little hesitant on whether or not I should trust him.
He's not bad. He's not bad. I'm not going to go into some major spoilers, but I honestly prefer to befriend him because he's more of a tragic sort of. He's more of the tragic sort.
Okay. I'll trust him for now, but I did nothing. The credit is yours. I did that?
I closed that thing? How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems
Man.
you hold the key to our salvation.
My character is frickin' tall.
Here I thought we'd be ass deep
You're
in demons forever.
Konari. What do you expect?
I didn't know that they were that tall,
Baron
though.
Tithras, rogue, storyteller.
Hi, Varric.
Occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Do Varric and Cassandra know each other?
Yes, because during the beginning of Inquisition 2, it's Cassandra who's interrogating Varric.
Oh. And I know Varric was a companion of Hawke in the second game. Was Cassandra a party member in the second game, or was she just an NPC?
Just an NPC
Okay.
who was very interested in finding out Hawke's location.
Okay, interesting.
You with the Chantry, or...
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
Jesus.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
Is that Steve Bloom? Is Steve...
Solus?
No. As Varric. Is Steve Bloom the voice of Varric? Hold on.
I think so.
Varric. Voice actor. Oh, no, it's not Steve Bloom. Brian Bloom. He's got the same last name. What do you mean?
Maybe?
I don't know. Hold on. Scott Bloom, Mike Bloom. No, not related to Steve Bloom. Huh. He sure does sound like him, though. For a second, I was like, Spike? Is that you? Holy shit. Yet here I am. Lucky for you, considering. Pleased to meet you. Nice crossbow. Nice crossbow.
That's a nice crossbow you have
Always
there.
the nice crossbow.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
Bianca.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
I've heard of Bianca, too.
She'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Al? Al, did you leave me? Did you leave me? Okay.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Like you, Solus is an apostate.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
Interesting.
That's a commendable attitude.
Merely a sensible one. Although sense appears to be in short supply right now. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is a mage, but I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
This way, down the bank. The road ahead is blocked.
We must move quickly.
Let's see. Journal. The Wrath of Heaven. Codex. Characters. Adar. Cassandra. Justinia. Solus. Ooh. I love the artwork in this game. It's so cool. It's like tarot, but like really complex tarot. Let's see. I didn't read Cassandra's entry earlier. Cassandra, Lord Seeker Lucius, I am fully aware of the intent behind your predecessor's declaration. Lord Seeker Lambert pried the Templars away from the Chantry control and led them into an assault on all mages. For reasons you both find justified. I, however, am uncertain when the Seekers of Truth went from guarding against injustice to perpetrating it. If you truly believe that is not the case, I suggest you look out a window at the chaos this war has caused, and ask yourself if Thetis will recover even if you are victorious. I remain at Divine Justinia's side, and will stay there even if you brand me a traitor. I am sorry, but there is too much at stake to swerve from the path we willingly follow the Chantry's foundation. Okay. I'm wondering if Justinia is the same lady that... Is she the one who locked up Sten in the first game? I'm not sure. Solus, Cassandra, I understand our first order of business. Wow. Wow. He talks a lot. Varric. Interesting. Okay. Let's save. Yes. Okay. Oh. Oh, I can play as the other characters? What? No way. That's so cool. I didn't know you could play as the other characters. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you could switch characters. That is awesome. Oh, I'm gonna keep playing as my character for now, but...
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
Enter tactical camera mode? Oh, no. I'm not playing this way. Absolutely not. When in tactical camera, use L to scan the battlefield and R3 to circle through targets. Switch control between your party members and press X to issue orders. Nope. Exit, please. Get away from me. Hey, welcome back. You disappeared for a while.
Like I said, my PlayStation cycled off because I kept it. I wasn't doing anything on it.
Ah, okay. So I'm super excited because I didn't know that you could actually play as your party members in this game.
That's the case for all the Dragon Age games.
That is so cool. Like, what? Man, I really wish that they had put that in the Mass Effect games. Do you know how
Play as Garrett's Legion if they, yes.
Do you know how cool that would have been to get to play as Legion and everybody else, of course, but mostly Legion because he's my boy. That would have been so cool, man. I guess they couldn't. I guess because I don't know. Maybe the combat of Mass Effect was too hectic for them to have character switching as an option, but I don't know. I mean, the combat in this game seems pretty hectic too, but they still have character switching. Then again, the first Mass Effect was made in 2007, and this game is more recent, so...
Yes. I mean, it's at the halfway point. I don't see why people give it so much shit. I mean, Angry Joe loved it.
Loved Inquisition?
So, are you innocent?
Don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and
Look
less
at
prone to
Paul's
result in
one
premature
chimerical
execution.
sound. It's, I believe, Paul looked up the band song made by for the Dragon Age series.
Hold on, I'm in the middle of a battle. Okay, I think we're good.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
I hope Liliana made it too. She seems very cool. I mean, I don't know a lot about her, but from what I've seen, she seems cool.
Trust me, she'll make it, but she's one of those characters that's where if you have like a secret nightlife, she will find out about it and she will black me.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly! They keep coming! Help us!
And I made you just feel so much better.
Hold on. In the middle of another battle.
Hurry! Use the mark!
Ah, here we go. Nice. Your character has leveled up. This increases your health and stats automatically and awards you 1 ability point to use. Nice. Okay. Open hero menu.
I'm about to face a dragon.
Oh, wonderful. Are you playing 2 right now?
Yes.
Nice.
And trust me, the dragons in Inquisition look so much better and are... They take a while to beat, like, they take like a hot hour, but there's weight to it.
Ah.
Like, you are facing an actual dragon with 4 people.
Nice. Okay, so Masters of the School of Magic can call upon spirits for protection.
With my character in Inquisition, my mage, I went with Knight Enchanter. Because A, I like the sound of it, B, it has some pretty cool abilities.
Dang, this is really complex. Okay. Masters of the School of Magic call upon spirits for protection, as well as the essence of the faith themselves. Their spells disrupt hostile magic, create defensive barriers, and heal injuries. Power of thunder and lightning. Masters. Huh. Okay. I guess this one? Each ability tree contains active abilities, upgrades, and passive abilities, right? Active abilities have diamond-shaped icons. They can be mapped to your hotbar and then used in combat. Upgrades are attached to an ability and make it stronger. When you have an ability point available, press X to learn a highlighted ability or upgrade. You can only learn abilities connected to the root of the ability tree or connected to an ability you've already learned. Alright. Okay. What do you think, Al? Should I go Spirit, Storm, Inferno, or Winter?
And you're playing as a mage, right?
Yeah.
Go Storm.
Okay. Chain Lightning. What do you think? Stormbringer, Lightning Bolt, or Energy Barrage?
Any energy barrage.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Cool. Alright.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We are clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Let's go ahead and see if I can upgrade. Oh, I can upgrade other characters. Cool. Okay. Solace, Varric. Okay. I'll look at that later. Hello. Let's see. Inventory. Weapon. Armor. Mercenary coat. Mercenary coat. Rash Vine Vitar. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Save. Yes. Okay.
Without resorting to this exercise in futility. Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
Yeah, you tell him, Cassandra.
A thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Well, as usual, fantasy priests are assholes. What about the breach?
Isn't closing the breach the more pressing issue?
You brought this on us in the first place!
I did not.
Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
Dude, I mean, come on. We might as well try.
How do you think we should proceed?
Fast but indirect. Soldiers will act as a... this is... Oh, okay. How do I think we should proceed? Fast but indirect. Soldiers will act as distractions. Elsewhere, the problem will be addressed sooner, but there may be casualties. Careful, sustained assault. Soldiers will stand with you to ensure arrival. Scouts in the pass may be lost. So whatever I choose, people are gonna die.
I go for looking for those missing scouts.
So,
That's what I usually do.
so fast but indirect, or careful, sustained assault?
Indirect.
Fast but indirect? Okay.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Well, who knows? It's gonna take a while to...
What I was expecting was you to do the SpongeBob thing.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for death. I'm ready. Depression. Okay. So I have to ask, does this game have any kind of, like, thing where certain companions will die or live depending on your choices?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond.
Like,
What manner of tunnel is this?
Cassandra
A mine?
of the
Part of an old
so
mining
on and so
complex.
forth.
These mountains are full of such paths.
Do
And
best
your
to keep
missing
your
soldiers
companions
are in there somewhere?
and don't feel ashamed
Along
to
with
go
whatever
and
has
look up
detained
things
them.
like you.
We shall see
Okay.
soon enough.
Get wrecked.
One down.
It's going to take me a while to get used to the whole character switching thing, because since this is a BioWare game, I'm still in the Mass Effect mindset, where I'm like, oh, I gotta handle everything myself, but that's just not the case in this game, I guess. And,
Shepherd.
Rex, Shepherd. Shepherd, Rex, Rex, Shepherd. Shepherd, Rex. Oh, God. I miss Legion. I know I probably say that a lot, but boy oh boy do I miss Legion. Let's see, what's in here? Light. Yep. Ooh, loot, yes. Give it to me. That's mine. And this is mine. And... oh, I keep forgetting. I can switch characters. Yeah. God, Varric is so short. He's a stocky little man. Look at him! Look at him run! I love it. I'll go back to my Canary girl. I love how I had to loot something and Varric had to like stand up on his tippy toes to reach it, but then I switched my Canary character and she had to like stoop down and like bend over to reach something. It's just, oh, it's so great. What up? Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Come on. Yeah. Get wrecked. Nice. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to explore as much as I can so I don't miss anything. Because I'm not sure if I can come back here later or not. Yep, that's mine. Nug Totem? Is that what that said? Nug Totem? Yo, man.
Yes, we found the soldiers.
It's a dank nug.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our Kunari friend here.
Well, we're definitely getting close. Oh, another rift. Come on. Yeah, close that rift. Close it. Do it. Oh, I turned it into a piece of hard candy.
Lady Cassandra! Lieutenant, you're alive. Just barely.
Oh, okay. Close it. Close it. Come on. Get it. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna change my character's makeup when I get the chance.
You are becoming quite
I
proficient at
usually
this.
don't go for makeup.
Let's
I
hope
usually
it
just
works
go
on
for
the
a
big
scar.
one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. She insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
It was worth saving you, if we could.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once.
Quickly, let's move.
I am going to try to be as Paragon as possible.
Let's hurry before that changes.
I know it's probably not called Paragon in this game, but I don't know.
Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be as little of a dick as I possibly can. There you go. Is there fall damage in this game? Is there fall damage in this game?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to... Come on.
Finagle.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ladder. Being a little difficult.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider
Yeah.
how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
So, I just want to clarify. The Fade is kind of like a spirit world, or like an alternate reality, or... Like, what is it? Al? I love how today, like, half the time I ask you questions, you're like, huh? What?
That's because I'm playing. That's because I'm playing.
Out of the Fade.
I was wondering, is the Fade like an alternate reality, or is it like a spirit world, or...
It's basically a spirit world.
Okay, okay, cool.
Behind you. No one knows who she was.
Wow. Look at that frickin' explosion, my goodness. Oh, all the people. Oh, God. I was just watching Chernobyl yesterday. Oh, no. This looks just like Chernobyl. And that's not a good thing. Oh, boy. Cutscene time. God. Cutscene? 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 God, Cassandra... My character is so freaking tall. Cassandra, like, comes up to my character's waist. That's how tall my character is. I know, I just didn't expect her to be so tall. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love tall women, but I'm just caught off guard by how tall she is.
You're here.
Liliana! Hey!
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple.
Yeah, I'm probably going to change her eyeshadow to black when I get a chance. Yes, I'll try.
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Okay. Varric, what are you doing over here? Come on.
Now is the hour of our glory.
Oh.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
Who the hell was that?
At a guess? The person who created the breach.
Is that?
You know this stuff is Red Lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
What is red lyrium?
Sacrifice still.
Is it like...
Bad juju.
Someone help me!
That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Okay. So we gotta get down to the rift. Is Justinia still alive? I thought she died. Oh boy, is it time for a boss battle? Oh god.
Someone help me!
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's white.
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Canary.
Oh god. Is it an archdemon? Is that what's doing all this?
You were there. Who attacked? And the Divine, is she? Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't know, Cassandra. I have literally told you this like multiple times. I have no idea what's going on.
This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
Okay.
That means demons. Stand ready.
I'm ready. Ready for a fight. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Cassandra's cool. I like her. She's my favorite so far. Her and Varric. I still don't know how to feel about Solus. Oh my god. That is a big bitch. Shit. Oh god. Oh, he's so cool looking.
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
Okay, how do we do that, Cassandra? Do I have to, like... Do I have to, like, seal smaller rifts, or...
Quickly! Disrupt the rift!
Okay. There we go. Okay. Come on. Nice. There we go. Okay.
Demon is vulnerable. Now!
Get him. Get him. I see now. Okay. Get wrecked.
More coming through the rift!
Okay. And play as my character. Hold on. Hold on. I got it. Oh god, the Pride Demon's coming towards me. Oh, Jesus. Ah, come on. Okay. There we go. Alright. Could you guys hold him off while I'm trying to do this? Come on. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. God, I really wish I had a dodge button. Stupid. Okay, let me get over here. Come on. Do it. Do it, 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 do it. Yes! Oh, I see. Okay.
Now, seal the rift.
Nice. Okay.
Do it.
Yes, get it. Get it, girl. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, girl. Drop it to the floor. Show 'em how you roll. Drop it low. Drop it low. Nice. Did it work? Oh, well, maybe. Oh. I think, possibly. The Wrath of Heaven. Interesting. I got a trophy. Nice. When do I get my big scary chair?
Basically, it will be... Well, you'll know it when you see it. When you get to Skyhold.
I wish to pass fiat decree upon all who oppose me. I am awake.
Oh,
Hey, kid.
I didn't know you were awake. I swear.
It's alright.
Don't worry about it.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
Huh. Okay.
It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
3 days? Dang.
Then the danger is over.
The breach is still in the sky, but that's what they say. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Oh, fruit. Special shipments. Oh! I got a bunch of, acquired stone bear armor, I got the Game of the Year edition, so I think I got a bunch of extra stuff.
You also probably have all the DLCs too.
Sweet. Patient observation. Someone better at this than me takes over. Clammy shall breathing pulse over fast, not responsive. Maeve says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let me see if I can change. Character record. Points to spend. Yeah, I got. Let me do... Al, what do you think? Stormrigger, Lightning Bolt, or Conductive Current?
Lightning Bolt.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Let's do inventory. I just got a bunch of new stuff, so... Staff of the Dragon. Ooh. Acolyte Staff. Yeah, let's do Staff of the Dragon.
Also, be advised, it is recommended that you collect like materials because most of it, like weapons and armor, most of the better stuff you'll get is from what you craft.
Okay. Ooh, I got a bunch of cool stuff. Okay, so we got light armor of the dragon. Oh, that is so fucking cool looking. Holy shit. On Tom Sahar. Ooh, wow. Oh my god. Hello. Goodness gracious. I'm not gonna be running around in that though. Chakra Tar. Interesting. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. First time playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Very little experience with Dragon Age, so all kind of blind to this. I'm not sure. Avar armor. I want to go with the light armor of the dragon, but Chakra Tar. I like how that one has the highest defense. Okay, I'll go with that one. Why not? No, I don't want to do a helmet right now. Let's see, accessories. Upgrades. No upgrades yet. Okay. Crafting materials, elf root. Right. Valuables. Shadow essence. Armor schematics. Okay. Cool. Alright. Nice. Can you, Al? Can you change your character's makeup past the opening, or is it something that's set for the...
You can, but it's like later down the line, and I think you have to find like... You need to go to the Black Emporium in order to do that.
Okay. Map to battle menu. R1. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Energy barrage. Yeah. Okay. Save. Yes. Okay. There we go. Now I'm looking good. Looking real nice. Okay.
You know what's also weird? If you... Once you become better acquainted with the lore, a Quinari as Andraste's representative is very jarring.
They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching.
Everybody is like super. Wow. Okay. I mean, I definitely preferred the respect to the way they were treating me in the opening, but do they think I'm some kind of like...
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else.
Huh. Am I... Do they see me as some kind of like religious figure now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Cassandra, where are you? Chant for the departed. Okay. Cassandra?
Completely mad.
Is she back here?
Taken to Val Royo immediately.
Just
Chamber,
fling the door open.
prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
Hey, Al.
Yeah.
Can you do me a quick favor? Could you possibly turn down or pause your music? Because I can hear it in the background.
How about now?
Yeah, it's good now. Because I'm trying to hear what they're saying, so... Okay, so the breach is stable, but it's still a threat. I will not ignore it. I did what I could. I'm still a suspect. You want my help again? I'm going to try to be nice. I did what I could.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live.
Even if
a convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only
Yeah.
threat we face.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Behind the explosion at the conclave.
In my second playthrough...
Did not expect. Perhaps they died for the others. Or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
Of course you're a suspect.
And many others.
You grimy old fuck.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
What I was going to say is, in my second playthrough of Mass Effect, I was a little bit more Renegade-esque. I kind of went for like a Paragon Renegade mix, and one that I did was
Breathe, my man.
One that I did was I did a Renegade interrupt during Mass Effect 3 in the conversation with what's his name? Cal? No, not Cal. One of the admirals when he attacked the Geth Dreadnought, and he almost got Tali Legion and my squad killed. I did the Renegade interrupt where Shepard punches him in the stomach because I was like, I'm so sick of your shit. I want to see what this does. And I did the Renegade interrupt, and I was totally caught off guard because I didn't expect her to actually punch him. I thought she was just gonna like insult him or something. So when she did, I was like, oh my god. Oh. Providence, the Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour. I'm not a chosen one. What more do you want? Are you serious? You believe I'm innocent? Are you sure? I'm gonna go, are you sure?
You really think your Maker would send someone like me?
The Maker does as he wills. It is not for me to say.
Even if that means a Kunari is his chosen?
Humans are not the only people with an interest in the fate of the world.
Yeah.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
It's not for you to decide either, you crusty old fuck.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act.
Yeah.
As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn.
You know
we will close the breach. We will find those responsible, and we will restore order.
Ultima weapon.
Without your approval.
No, the Chuck Norris Keyblade.
The Chuck Norris... That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
Is the Divine's
I wish it...
Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't
I wish that the Chuck Norris Keyblade was
no
real.
Leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now. With you at our side.
Inquisition? What is the Inquisition, anyway? The Inquisition of old. Yes, I would like to know.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
Huh.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way.
I'm going to be saying that so much.
Done united under a single banner once more.
Interesting. What about the Chantry?
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
Okay. You want a holy war, and if I refuse... No. I want to help.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Okay.
Okay, here's a question. A very odd question.
Hmm.
Characters put. You throw the characters of Danganronpa into the world of Dragon Age.
Oh, that'd be
All
interesting.
except Monokuma.
Well, I definitely know that Sakura would be a Kanari. That's absolutely certain. Who else? Oh, who are these two? Cassandra, Liliana, and then two new characters. Okay.
One of them is Cullen. The guy in red is Cullen.
Yeah, he was the one that was mentioned in the Origins tapestry. Yeah, I remember him. Farrick, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Well, I'm letting you know now. I'm going to recruit all of my companions first, and then do everything else.
Yep, that's basically the gist of it.
So is this like happening in Ferelden, or is it happening in a different part of Thetis?
It's in Ferelden.
Okay.
Because remember, you were at the temple it took place at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Can we move to different parts of Thetis, or is it all happening? Okay, cool,
Yes,
cool.
you can. The only place you can't go to is to Venter.
Is Teventer the setting for the fourth game, or?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Cool. Hi, Cassandra. Oh, okay. That was all just the opening. Wow. All right. Cool. I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. Okay. Character record. Let's go to Storm. Let's go. Al, what do you think? Stormbringer, conductive current, static charge, or gathering storm?
Gathering Storm.
Okay. Oh, I can't unlock it yet? I thought I got a new skill point. I guess not. Darn it. Okay. That's fine. Inventory. Armor. Of our armor. Stone Bear. Yeah, I want to wear my Chakratar armor. Shaka Khan armor. Weapon. Staff of the Dragon. Yep. Okay. Valuables. Nug Totem. I love that. Nug. Okay. Codex. Characters. New characters? Cassandra. High Chancellor Roderick. Yeah, that was that dickhead I was talking to. Elfroot. Creatures. Pride Demon. Shade. Wraith. History. Chant for the Departed. Okay. 1 second. I will be back in a minute. I just need to go get some water.
To quench your thirst.
You don't have to spend your life addicted to smack, homeless on the streets giving handjobs for crack. Follow this plan and very soon you will say, it's easy, MK.
Oh, Mr. Mackey.
Mr. Mackey. You shouldn't do drugs, MK, because they're bad, MK. Oh, God, I love South Park. Is Mr. Mackey in Stick of Truth?
Yes.
Awesome.
Very briefly, but is there. Because you have to break Craig out of detention.
Oh, sorry. I went to get water and I got Gatorade instead. Because I heard Gatorade is also good for soothing your throat. Plus, Gatorade is will give me the energy I need. So, that's a plus. Alright, so we're gonna save again. And now, we're going to do my favorite thing and go talk to everybody. Alright. Because I'm going to be totally honest with you. My personal favorite part of Mass Effect, outside of all of the big, awesome battles, was talking to everybody on the ship. So, I don't know if that's boring or not, but I just love learning about all these new characters, you know? What is Thren? Okay. Hello, Thren.
I didn't realize any of Leliana's Oxman mercenaries were still here. Well, if you want new gear, you pay for it. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess.
Okay.
If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Interesting. What is your job? How did you end up here?
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons.
Right.
Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like
Also, have you seen Mark, Wade, Bob, and Jack's playthrough of Phasmoid, or whatever it's called?
Oh, yeah, their playthrough of Phasmophobia?
Yeah, and when Bob and Jack go to the door, all they hear is Mark's muffled scream.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
It's hilarious. I mean, I know it's terrifying for Mark and he's about to die, but it's too hysterical.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
Yeah.
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Cool. How do I fill special orders?
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Okay.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I
Also,
served Ferelden
want to know what I
Logain
love
Mactier,
about Stick of
best
Truth
commanding officer
and
this
Fractured
world has
Butthole?
ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim,
Farting on people.
there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
Huh. So there's still people... That's interesting. So the quartermaster of the Inquisition supported Logain, and then she left after Logain's death? Is that what they're saying? That's interesting. So there were actually people who supported Logain's regency in Ferelden? I thought everybody was, like, against him when he took control, but I guess not. I mean, he did lie about... He told everybody that the Grey Wardens killed King Cailan, even though he caused King Caelan's death, so I guess that kind of makes sense, but... Huh. Oh, I even have the option to say Logain is a traitor. Yeah, I mean, he was, but I don't want to be rude to this lady. I'm glad you believed in him. No wonder you're unpopular. Logain is a traitor. Ah, God, I mean, technically, yes, Logain was a traitor, but at the same time, I mean, in my version of the story, he kind of redeemed himself by killing the archdemon, so... I'm just gonna say I'm glad you believe in him.
Your loyalty to the man you served is admirable, Quartermaster.
Thank you. A lot of people seem to think they know what happened at Ostagar, but I was there. Turn Loghain never betrayed his king. If he'd brought the reinforcements, Darkspawn would have just killed everyone. He did what he had to do to save our country, and we betrayed him. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
That's interesting. I'm glad that they address that in this game. Like, everybody has different opinions about the stuff that happened in the past games. That's really cool. Of course, if I had played Origins, I probably would have a stronger opinion on whether or not she was in the right, but as of right now, I don't really have a lot of experience with Loghain, so all I know is what he did. I don't really know him as a character. So. Varric! Hey, Varric. What's up, buddy?
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful.
Dabbled in
Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I wouldn't say he dabbled in too much blood magic, but he got basically he was just too powerful, and combined with his less than stable personality, he, well, you know.
Yeah, I get you. So what did Varric say? Most people would have spread that out over more than one day. Too many people died up there. I'm fine. This is all bullshit. I can barely keep up. I'm just glad to be alive. Too many people died up there.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Why did you stay? Why did you stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Yeah, probably, Varric. Probably. What's in here?
What do you mean?
Hello.
Researcher Minave wishes to use some inexpensive spirits. What for? She wishes to light a creature's corpse on fire to determine whether it is specifically vulnerable to heat.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adonis Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, threaten the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segret. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
No, it's cool they have a bard in here. Oh, she's a good singer. Enchanter, come to me, yeah. Sing it. Jammin'. Out of nowhere, she starts playing the Fortnite song. Let's see. What's over here? Hey, Solus, what's up?
The chosen of Andraste. A blessed hero sent to save us all.
I hope so.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal this breach.
Spoken nobly indeed. You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
Huh. That's interesting.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins? Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by Chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Well, Stolas is definitely different than I thought he was going to be. Upgrade potions. Potions. Healing potion. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Healing. No potions.
Shegrit told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. Look who's back from the dead. Again. I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent.
Oh, this is the guy that...
you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though.
Okay.
So, you're welcome.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the wood. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
You're a bit cranky.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are few around who can help.
Okay. Well, Adan is definitely in a bad mood. How are things?
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Alright. Cool. Can I loot this? Nice. Thanks. Okay. Can I go in here? Exploring. Oh, are these like... Is this Stolas's cabin? Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to go in your personal space. My bad. It's over here. Read. Examine. Oh, it's a whole song. Wow. Oh, no, wait, it's a story. Oh, cool. Interesting. Did you know I looked it up and apparently Dragon Age was partially based off of the Game of Thrones books? No response. Once again, I am by myself. Silence.
Is golden and duct tape is silver.
We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, Richard. Someone comes to lay siege to us. Perhaps it would be
Read.
best for us to have some means to fight back.
Interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Loot. Yep. Loot everything. Oh, did I not take it? Take. Yep. That's mine. Loot. Yep. That's mine. Did you know I was watching, somebody's, review of the first Dragon Age game, and they were reviewing all the characters, and when they got to Dog, they were like, Dog is a good boy, and then immediately moved on to the next character.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. Dog is a good boy. That is all. Ooh, what's over here? Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, I can... Oh, that's cool. How much do I have? Yeah, I'll buy that. Oh, yeah. Sturdy Bianca grip. Giggity. I like that. I love that Varric named his frickin' crossbow. That's so great. Segret. Hello.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
Okay.
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Investigate. Why have you stayed?
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go. Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet, of course, we're all getting used to, well, you as our last best hope. Nothing personal.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Okay. Segret. And I'm guessing this is the exit. Okay. I still want to explore a little bit more. What's in here? Another quarter. Okay. What about this? What's in here? Examine. Okay. This. That's where I woke up. Okay. Let's see. Varric, how you doing, bud? What's up here?
Alright, pardon me. My cat is doing the feed me now ritual.
Okay.
We should see fire and go towards light.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach? I heard some...
Inspect. Okay.
I suppose that would work as well.
Alright, let's go in here. Alright. Oh, everybody popped in.
Does it trouble you?
Slightly.
It stops spreading, and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do.
What you got?
May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Hey.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montellier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
You're even taller than I'd heard.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Kunari, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Great.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
So we're on our own.
Our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Who's Andraste?
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them. There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort.
A pervy little
Perhaps
bug.
she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
Sorry,
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley.
pervy bug.
And you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
I'm getting accustomed. Sorry.
Or more aptly, the pervy flea.
What?
He's doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I was confused for a second. Operations. The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table. Orlais, Ferelden. War table. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Perform the scouting operation for the hinterlands on the Ferelden side of the war table now. Okay. Scout the hinterlands. Yep.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
Mother Giselle. It was last seen in the hinterlands outside Redcliffe, tending refugees who fled the fighting between renegade Templars and apostate mages. The latest report suggests that the vicious struggle between the two groups has spread to the hinterlands, catching the refugees and Mother Giselle in the middle. It is vital to protect her and, if possible, restore order to the area. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Not now. You now have access to mission. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards depending on which advisor completes them. Okay. Interesting.
So you have to choose wisely.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow. I didn't even notice how much time has passed. Okay. So, for now, I am going to stop the stream so that I can go do some stuff, and then come back and do some things later. Okay.
The Inquisition cannot remain in Boston if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day.
But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Adar, this is Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Huh. I was trying to find somewhere to change my character's makeup real quick, and I walked in on a conversation between the, God, what's the name? I don't know her name yet. The lady, the advisor lady with the notepad. I don't know. You own this land.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denton, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend this use to Divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesians. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Let's see.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Alright. Okay. Oh. That's the...
We can use that. Please tell me if you find something. You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. It must be easier because you're not human. They already see you as different from those of us who lived in circles. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Interesting.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I guess I have time to talk to everybody.
Classic bar fight sequence.
Oh yeah?
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
These truths the Maker revealed to me.
What's in here? Like, I want to explore everything. What's in here? Ooh. Yeah, whole underground area. Cool. Okay. What does this lead? What is... Huh. Okay. Interesting. Oh, this must be the dungeon. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright. I was wondering what this place was. Alright. Go up this way. Let's see. Go over here. I'm just getting myself accustomed to where everything is. Oh, hey, Liliana.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
I don't know.
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you, Liliana. I'm honestly just as confused as you are.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was the heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
I mean, I want to help you out, Liliana. If you ask me for help, I'll help you. I mean, shit. We're all going through a lot. So. Okay. Sorry.
By the way, Hubba Bubba Max.
Hubba Bubba Hubba Bubba Hubba Bubba Hubba Bubba Max. A whole new kind of bubble.
Hooray!
Character record. No points. Inventory. Weapons. Disciple. Lightning staff. Staff of the Dragon. Yep. Armor. Rashfine Vitar. Intense Rashfine. Yeah, I want to equip that. And I think that should be good for now. Crafting materials. Valuables. Yeah. Open schematics. Recipes. Okay. Let's see how she looks. Oh, looks pretty good. Okay. Save again, just to make sure. Yes. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. I will be back later on to stream Okami tonight. But for now, thank you for watching. I love you. I miss you already. And hopefully, I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!